Now isn't that a beauty, huh? Look at this. Baby! Yeah, I've been doing some scraping off um, crust off again. Oh, look at this. There's a face there, huh? With a nice eyes and nose, smiley um, mouth. Fibrosis, huh? Fibrosis. I can't believe that this is fibrosis, like she told me, this is from it's a protein, but everything's a protein, when flies lay eggs, these eggs are as well proteins, like I said, the microscope that she was using, not the microscope, the magnifying glass, that what she saw, those things that she thinks those are fibrosis, they may be eggs. What is if they're eggs? You can't talk with this woman. This is his problem. You're trying to explain something when she asks you something. I'm trying to explain something, a situation. Then she jumps into your word and you forget everything. Because she's too much hyperactive. Maybe she doesn't want me to answer anything. They want to show how dominant they are. But look at this. Look at this. This is good. I said, look at this. And bong. Bong. Gone is this. Come on. Come on, little crust. Come on, Krusty. Krusty, Krusty. There's Krusty. Where's Krusty? Krusty. Is this still the same size? Same size, of course. Same side, I meant to say. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Maybe it's the same side, I don't know. It looks like a bear just hanging out, sitting there on a rock on his side view. See his head is looking, staring and straight ahead. And maybe he's got a little puppy in the front where his feet are, This little puppy looking in the same direction and is just sitting there, very cool. You think, oh, this is a boring piece, yes. And then as soon as you put it into the light, it's fascinating. Look at this. Look at this. If they had, those dermatologists, such a magnifying glass, just a microscope, immediately looking at something, they could diagnose a lot, but do they want to? Like this face is looking at us? In the center of the screen. Look at this. Fascinating, isn't it? This is art. Just like this one user on YouTube. She finds it cool or funny the way I explain things with special effects. Yes. Sometimes, I wish I'd had more of these effects, or there's our special effects. I don't know if this is a program, or you have to buy a special computer, just a laptop or whatever, that has already built in this program, like mine has, which is that program of those special effects. Like when somebody waves with his hands, then you can attach that special effect onto those hands, and those special effects go with the same speed and rhythm, the way you move your hands, along with it, just like in those science fiction movies, this one person has some healing possibilities or some powers in his hands, and he moves them around, through the forest, and these effects just go with him. That is so cool. If I'd had that, wow, I could do some healing videos, like some special effects, like magic, and send in reality spiritual healing to whoever wants it. And that's the other side of it. So, for instance, you people have read probably already about the sides that I mentioned, about spiritual healing, these and that, So I put in a video in there with those special effects, very cool. And who'd like to have a 10-minute distant healing, Only this messaging doesn't work very well. So still have to figure that out when somebody puts a message, writing something, yes, I would like to have a healing. Then it would have to say like at what time, and this is important that I'm online, So the best would be if somebody wants, this is hard to say, like, the best way is that you could tell me you'd like to have at least a 10-minute healing, let's say for today, but you're from another country, and the further you are away from Germany, the further the time zone changes. So the best thing is you don't have to tell me where you're at, and you just need to calculate. Let's say you say between, let's say, 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. You'd like me you'd like to get a spiritual distant healing, But unless you're at home or something, then the better would be to be really sure, because I want you to feel that energy, And then you can write back on the site, yes, at that time, Borgelian sent me a spiritual healing, and it took so and so long, and I felt that and that and that. That is nice. But if this isn't accurate, then you could be at this time either riding a bicycle or swimming or going shopping, and then you won't feel anything because that is the problem. It would be nice if YouTube would have a forum, an additional forum where people can write to, talk about, and also have like private messages. You may send like in a forum. Usually they do. And then that way we could communicate easier. You write me an email, a PM, private message, PM, and I respond, and eventually I send you a distant healing, either in that forum. You may talk about it and I'll show a video and whatever, that is more accurate. But here, I don't know when you be able to catch me, when I'll be able to catch you, that's such a thing, Unless you put down on the where my videos are, I'm talking about this clip here right now. So you just write down, for instance, a link to a forum, and there in that forum, if it's possible, I would go there by the same name that I have here. So as soon as you see me there, then all right, we know each other somehow, from a YouTube, and there we could communicate and eventually make out a date, like a time, and then then I'll send you the distant healing. And then you write in that, for instance, either in that forum additionally to get some hits maybe, but also would be nice to write about it in YouTube, where, for instance, I'm talking about the spiritual healing, So that way we could start a nice column about distant healings of different kind of energies or whatever. To that, for instance, I would make a special, with special effects, magical video. There you have me, and here I'm doing these and that with the hands, whatever, and there's this energy coming out, so you can concentrate on me. You see how I look like. So eventually, you at that time before it starts, you may sit down or lay down, but do not stand up during that time. So make sure you want to lay down and stay there, and do not run around, whatever, because that is with no respect. You have to respect that too, because I'm taking my time, and the spiritual healing spirit is taking his time as well to do the healing, to do the sending. So let's say we would make an appointment. Let's say tonight at 22 at 10 p.m. my time, 22, let's say 10 p.m. German time, and you are, let's say, in California, In Californian, it's now, let's say, 6 o'clock in the morning. And my time is like 9 hours back. You know, you have to calculate your time 9 hours back, you know. So I'll be sending it, for instance, my time at 10 p.m. and you'll be getting it like 9 hours backwards. So it'll be a different time at your place. So you'll be ready for it. So you do not need to tell me where you're at in the world. You know, you could be on Mars. That's okay too, you know. But you know what I mean? I don't need to know where you're at. As long as you get the spiritual healing in this moment and you're feeling it, what you're feeling, you know? This is interesting because sometimes some people get some special effects. Some people feel some tingling sensation, energy, healing, heat coming through them, coldness they're feeling. Maybe they feel electricity rushing through their body. Or you may have visions, you know? From there on, you will have your chakras cleansed, your third eye will be starting to cleanse, and you will see things that others may not see, or hear things others may not hear, or smell things others may not smell, you know. You may get futuristic visions, futuristic dreams, you know, like warning you from things, whatever problems you have, you know. When you have a problem with finding the right friends, you know, then I'll send you a spiritual healing on friends that you will from now on have meeting the right people, you know. Or you have some pets that have some problems, you know. You have a cat that is taking a leak everywhere, so let me just talk to that cat, you know. I will send a spiritual healing to that cat, and also during that healing I will talk to that cat. Do not do that, you know, because your daddy doesn't want that you to do that, you know. Respect your daddy. Do it at your toilet that you have there, your cat toilet, for instance, you know. Okay, let's go to the next crust.